Hello, and welcome to the Yami Shibai podcast, hosted by me, the Germ, joined by...
Also hosted by Ghosty.
Well, technically, I'm hosting this time, and you'll be hosting next time. That's
I
how
just
we've
wanted to
decided
say I
to
was a host also. I felt diminished when you said
I've
joined by.
slighted
I
you.
was
You
like,
are nothing more than
yeah. I
my
want the powerful
sidekick.
word.
So this week I'm reading. And shall we get right into the episode, or is there anything to talk about first? I don't think so.
um, I guess we could say welcome back to season 3.
Yes, welcome to season 3.
I feel like it's going to be a good season after this episode. I think what you've said about the production value going up is true. So,
Oh yeah, there's a noticeable difference for sure. And it feels like there's a like I don't know, like a lot of this isn't Japanese, so I can't guarantee this. It feels like it's going in a different direction as well.
you
Because a
mean
lot
like
of the
slightly
episodes,
different meanings and stuff?
sorry?
You mean different meanings and stuff?
No, but like this you'll see as more we go into the season. It's more like this episode, the style is different.
Mm.
So I wonder
I'll
if
have to take a look at the pictures when we're going through the slideshow. I didn't notice as much when we were when I
it's
was
more
watching.
how it was told.
Oh, that's true actually.
I'm trying to remember what last season how it told the stories. More slow, I guess?
I feel like there's often a narrator. I don't remember if there was a narrator in this episode or not.
Other than the beginning, there was not a narrator. Yeah, that's a good way of showing it,
Yeah.
the difference as well. But I feel like it's more just like to the action, to the action, to the action in this like season. The last one was more
So far,
slow
I
burn.
guess they usually start with like a more action-oriented episode, I guess, though. So
Yeah, that's true.
we'll see.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to step right up and have a look. It's time for Yamabachi. Yami Shibai, I
Dun, dun,
mean.
dun, 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 dun. Hey, you got it. You're getting it down good now, though.
Yeah, but I still go to my other default name first.
Hey, you corrected though. That's what matters.
So this screenshot is from the first season because I just like it. Which I don't think there's any great
it is
screenshots for a beginner in the title, like the starting animation for this one.
Yeah, in this episode, I don't know if they'll do it in every episode, but they flowed like right from like the title shot was part of the story.
Yeah. Like that's what I mean. Like the style is different. Even the title, like here's the title, Lend It To Me. And it's a boy sitting in a playground that quickly zooms up on him on his clipboard, and then it starts the episode proper right away.
Oh, I thought that was the same guys in the rest of the episode.
No.
Ah,
Every
okay.
episode will have this opening where it's like the boy in the playground singing.
Oh, interesting.
What does he sing again? Hello to my friends to the other side. No, come over, friends from the other side, and my friends on this side go to the other side, something like that.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I know you usually skip opening and ending, so
I didn't, but I don't remember the song part.
he's like singing like a child, like like kind of like that.
Huh, interesting.
So the episode is Lend It To Me. We join our main character walking home when he comes across a public bathhouse, deciding to take a dip to help relax.
The public bath logo you may recognize from an emoji in your phone.
Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't Japan the birthplace of emojis?
Yeah, I guess so. Inventors of emojis. There's a bunch of Japanese emojis if you look through it.
He asks for supplies from the attendant, who looks absolutely ancient.
Yoda.
Man, he's been working on his tan, eh? He goes into the men's side and finds he has the public bath all to himself. Nice. While rinsing himself off, he hears an "excuse me" coming from the women's bath on the other side of the wall. It's a soft girl's voice asking for him to lend her a bar of soap. He doesn't mind, saying, "Sure, here it comes," tossing over the soap.
He's just willing to give up his soap like that. That was a good slide transition there, by the way.
I know, I quite
You
enjoyed this
switch
too.
back and forth. That would be like action shot.
A few minutes later, he's in the bath relaxing when he hears the soft woman's voice again. Excuse me. This time asking for a bucket. He tosses one over, heading back to his bath. We're going to have to talk about Japanese bath stuff after we're done this.
Yeah.
Because it's not
quite
often
foreign
in
to
North
us.
America we
Yeah.
use a bucket.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Before he makes it back to the bath, the woman voice calls over the wall again, asking for a razor. He apologizes, saying he doesn't have one with him. I wonder if it's disrespectful to shave in a public bath. I would think so.
That's a good question. I have no idea, but it feels like it'd be weird.
So he then requests scissors. He wonders to himself, who brings scissors to a public bath, before apologizing for not having those either. She starts talking to herself about how she's going to cut it. But what if there's blood? And he's probably lying.
Creepy.
She suddenly asks, "Can I have your hair then?" "No, wait, lend me a finger. Also an ear. Also your nose." He decides to ignore the crazy later and leave quickly.
Actually, one small caveat: he's not actually leaving quickly. He says, "I'll just wash my hair first."
He has
I'd be
he has to wash the soap out.
It doesn't look like there's even soap. It looks like his hair is dry.
And I probably would just left as well.
I'd be out of there.
Yeah. He tries to quickly wash out the soap from his hair, while she constantly asks for more and more extreme things, like his eyeball. He hears a noise above him.
Dun, dun, dun.
He looks up to find a melted, almost human-looking monster coming over the top of the wall. The monster states, "Actually, just let me have all of you."
Oh, look
The
at
end.
the soap in its mouth. Gross. It ate the soap. Wait, does it have the bucket too, or is it just the soap?
Just the soap, and she's eating it. I never noticed that. That is his soap
Gross.
she's eating.
Where did she find the scissors?
That's one of my notes. She had scissors the entire time. She was the one who was lying.
In the drawing, it looks more like
Heavy metal.
no, the scissors are like the kind you use in like the bathroom for like I don't know whatever you use
They do
scissors for in the
look
bathroom
more like
trimming.
medical scissors.
But in the picture, when she's coming over the wall, they're like gigantic rusty scissors with like a different
Like
handle.
proper cutting scissors. Well, maybe not proper if they're rusted.
Where did you get that last image? Is that in the end of the episode?
If I remember rightly, when the episode's ending, right before the ending theme song, it shows like an art book like interpretation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I rewatched the episodes just so I'm familiar what's in season 3. Not all these appear in episodes. The background.
Oh, interesting.
Ones. Some of them do. Some of them don't.
Oh, this is from the cover that we saw in the season 2 review, right?
Yeah, like it had like an interpretation of like a lot of the stuff going on.
Oh, cool. Oh, she just had the soap in her mouth here too, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's just like really in her mouth.
It's less obvious though.
I feel like I got a bit distracted by the monster. We should mention the ending credits.
Oh, I love the ending credits. Whoops, that's not the way I wanted to go. There we go.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? Rapping mask?
I enjoy the song as well.
It was like kind of like punk rock.
Like I'm not familiar enough with it to even attempt to sing it. But you don't know this yet. They change this at the ending of every episode.
Oh, wow.
How they change it, I don't want to spoil it.
Maybe the rap changes or something.
Let's wait till next episode where you get to experience it with the audience to see how it changes. Actually, I think it's so interesting.
I think if they changed the rap, you wouldn't notice. So I'll have to see.
Yeah. Oh, it's very noticeable. But do you know what I like about this image? Do you remember first he sings about like my friends on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is something from the other side, rap singing the story to him.
Oh, maybe, yeah. It's like a cursed spirit rapper.
And just to give it justice, he like the mask is actually singing, and the words are like coming out of his mouth into his ear.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I was very surprised when this suddenly came on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just for the record, the masked man does come back later.
Is that his mask? It kind of looks like him.
I'm pretty sure it is the mask, or
Creepy.
whatever monster it might be. Who knows? Let's save the public bath talk till after we get everything else out.
Yeah.
I like the monster.
Yeah, I was happy to see a monster. That's usually one of my biggest complaints.
And it's a very interesting looking monster. And even though I've looked at it so many times, I still miss she had his soap in his mouth, her mouth.
Yeah, it is pretty unique. She's kind of creepy looking, just like a giant head. I don't know if this is based on any like known myth, but
I will say when I looked it up online, I couldn't find any information about
it's
it.
got a feeling like it comes from a known myth. Like the way she looks seems like kind of like
It
iconic,
feels like an urban legend. Like
yeah,
you're in a public bathhouse by yourself and someone calls over the wall to you.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was good though. I was happy for a monster reveal.
Do you think the attendant, the old ancient person, was in on it?
She had to be. The implication of the bathhouse being something that's not normally there means it was some kind of like.
Maybe every time she cleans, she just doesn't notice the giant melting mass on the ceiling.
Sorry, the connection just interrupted for a second there.
Oh, sorry.
Did I freeze or something? I was just wondering what happened on.
I didn't even notice. You had like a weird audio glitch, but that was it.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I think because the bathhouse isn't normally there, that means it's some kind of haunted phenomena, and
I like
probably
that.
wasn't like a real thing. So he like went to like some other dimension or something when he entered this bathhouse, or maybe beforehand when he stumbled on the bathhouse.
No one in the comments had this theory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that. That's an awesome theory.
It makes way more sense to me. Maybe also, like if he wasn't looking for a bathhouse, it's kind of weird that he just saw it. Was like, oh, I'll go in and take a bath. So maybe there's something about it that possessed him to go in.
Like
to,
it tempted him in. Like
bath.
fresh waters, good smelling soap.
Yeah, something like that.
Those are the kind of like comments I love. Thank you. It completely changed my opinion of the episode.
I feel like I watched something recently that had a similar plot line to that, and that's where I get the idea from, but I can't remember what it was anymore.
Every good idea is just a slight twist of another good idea, right? Or combination. Anything you want to mention before we have a deep talk about public bathhouses in Japan?
I feel like that's going to be the thing we get most in depth on. Yeah, not really. I mean, he was very weirdly willing to share his soap. I don't know if he expected it back at the end or not, but the plot line itself, I guess, was pretty straightforward once he got into the bath.
My guess about the soap is that it was one that was given to him, because who carries a bar of soap with them if they don't know they're going to a public bathhouse?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But would you want to share a stranger's bar of soap? Like, technically it's clean, but like, would you really want to?
I wouldn't want to, but I'm pretty sure you know a lot about soap, and you can tell me if that was actually a sanitary thing to do or not.
It's okay. Working in the medical field, they advise us to use liquid soap when possible, but hand soap, like the bar soap, is okay.
So it's, what does okay mean? Are you in the danger zone?
Better than nothing, but not ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
So, Japanese public bathhouses.
Yeah, let's get into that. Yeah, the bucket thing. You probably noticed that there's no like tall shower heads. So the idea is to rinse your body. You fill up the water in the bucket and then you pour it over yourself.
And I think we need to clarify that, because in North America, it is not a common thing for people to go to baths to relax. So the idea
Uh,
of rinsing off before you get into the bath, I don't think is a common idea.
that's true. There's like almost two different, maybe three different kinds of public baths. The super old school ones, and like what this one looks like to me, um, from what I understand,
Mm.
are like a place you actually go to take a bath, not relax. So
Yeah.
it was like from like a long time ago, before people had ready access to baths in their
Mm.
homes. They would have one community bath everybody would go to take baths, specifically the poorer people.
I think that's pretty
And
common in history, especially places with natural hot springs. Like look at the
yeah,
Romans.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
But see, yeah, that's like the third level. So there's like that. There's like the second level, which is place where you rinse off, and then there's a nice like hangout bath. And there's the third level, which is an actual like hot spring. Which this is not a hot spring. This is a different thing.
No, it
Public bath.
does not look like a
Yeah.
hot spring. But I know from consuming Japanese media that there's this idea that a bath is the place to go relax at the end of the day, and you don't want to dirty your bath, so you rinse off the dirt first.
Oh
And
yeah, that's
then
in Cowboy Bebop too. She takes the bath shower. For some reason, that stuck with me.
personally, like I think I'm more of the efficiency mind. I do not want to do that. If I rinse myself to clean, I'm gonna be gone after. But
You
I
also
get it.
reuse the bath though, so you shower before you get in the bath. But then, like, if there's other people in your family, they might use the same bath again. I think
But then why bother having the bath?
because it feels good.
I don't need that in my life. Thank you.
Supposedly, it's very good for you. Many billionaires, like
Mm.
Warren Buffett, are famous for taking baths every night,
Is this before or
despite their
after
busy
their
schedule.
ice bath?
I think that would probably kill Warren Buffett. That dude is like late 80s. If he hopped in an ice bath, that would be the end of him.
It's an interesting fad. Interesting. Also in Japanese public baths, which I've noticed, is the wall between the woman's and the male side is not all the way up for some reason. It's like only like 3/4 of the way up the wall, but you wouldn't be able to look over it easy.
Maybe it's got something to do with air circulation.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
feel like it'd be easier to get the steamy air out with more
Mm,
openness.
that does make sense.
That's just a guess.
Yeah. It's a weird idea, though.
To you, to your
Is it-
cultural perspective.
Oh, yeah, of course, it's my perspective. Is there anything else to talk about? They have nice art on the back wall. That's a common thing.
I think that's about it.
You know what I like? You said there was
Mhm.
no like faucets above them, and yet there's clearly faucets above him.
There's some up there, but it's not. Those aren't standing height. You'd be like sitting on a stool in
Mm.
front of that.
And they still use the buckets, right? Even if they
Yep.
have those, yep.
Yep.
I don't know. They're just their attitudes towards baths are very different than ours in North America.
Yeah, we're stinky.
I think they're just inefficient.
You don't understand the serenity of cleanliness.
Maybe I don't. Is there anything else to talk about for the episode? I don't believe so.
No, I think that's it. Let's go to the comments.
The comment. So you'll read the first one, and then I'll continue after.
So, Alien 9 fan said, some people just don't have any bathhouse manners.
Right.
It's true. Talking over the wall, throwing buckets, throwing soap.
I don't know for a fact talking over the wall is bad bathhouse manners, but I imagine it is.
I feel like yelling over any kind of wall is kind of obnoxious if there's other people around.
Especially if they're trying to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be annoyed.
Tissue says, I miss narrator San.
We pointed that out that there's no narrator this episode.
So you're not
Other
by
than
yourself?
The beginning, maybe.
What's up?
I didn't miss them, honestly.
I like this style better too. But everyone has their own preference.
Yeah, true.
But he might also be talking about the beginning where he's not even there.
Oh, true,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my interpretation, but it could also be the narration as well. I'm not sure. Because there was a lot of people saying they miss the narrator.
Really?
And
Huh.
I interpret it as they missed the old man with the mask.
Yeah, I don't think people would notice if they didn't show, like, if they still showed the thing at the start of the episode. I don't think people would notice that the
Yeah.
narrator was gone.
I might be misinterpreting, but I don't think I am.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gaman. This looks familiar, but it might just be because Crunchyroll makes you use the same profile picture as other people.
Yeah.
Says, yes, that curious little establishment that you never noticed before. One of my favorite tropes. It's kind
So
of touching on what I said.
they weren't as far down the road as you, though. Like, on that
Yeah,
thought idea.
I went all in on that.
Yeah. They did have, like, a similar point, but not, like as well thought out as you did.
Oh, thank you.
That old British chap. People say that's a good name. People say they miss the narrator from the other seasons, but perhaps this kid is him. I mean, he's writing down the stories, or at least drawing the monsters and ghouls within, and the mask shows up at the end. Might be wrong though. I think it's a solid theory.
Maybe that'll be what happens at the ending at credits throughout the season.
Oh,
I didn't
maybe.
pick up on the kid drawing the stuff either. That makes sense.
I forgot to mention it. I did notice that.
That would be a really good drawing for a kid.
Right? Also, you'd probably get the sense of therapy.
Gifted. Edgy Etchy Senpai says head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Is that the
head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Head, shoulders.
Oh, that's what the monster was asking for.
Yeah.
I was like, does that have something to do with bathing? I was trying to figure it out.
I thought you had the problem of where that quote came from. Do you know what etchy means, sir?
I have no idea.
Does edgy or senpai give you a hint of what it might mean?
The crush?
Right way. It means pervy. Is basically what it translates to. I don't think it's an exact one-to-one match.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm too innocent for this world.
Rookline. Okay, so the morale is don't be a neat freak. Tolerate being dirty. It's better to be dirty and alive rather than dead and clean. He's commenting on this person's commenting on the same thing you did.
That's your mindset, Al. Oh, you mean the
like washing the soap out of the hair.
Yeah. I'd be out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not look like there was soap in the hair. That was not worth it. Somebody's talking about pulling out your eyeball.
That's good life advice. If someone's talking about pulling out your eyeball, don't care about the soap in your hair. Leave.
Even if the wall seems high enough. DJ72 said, I was sure that was the old lady from the desk, and she was going to steal his youth. Still pretty grim end for him, though.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, the old lady doesn't make that much sense. What was she there for?
Well, if you have a setup to lure people in to steal stuff, you have to have someone at the attendant desk, right?
True. Maybe she was just a corpse. Maybe she wasn't actually a person at all. We never saw her move, did we?
I think she handed him some stuff, like the soap and the stuff, I think.
She definitely gave him towels, or there was at least towels exchanged somehow.
And I know if I walked into an establishment and I was like, give me your finest blank, please, and then the attendant didn't move at all, I don't think I'd be going into that establishment. I think I'd be more worried about them.
You'd be like, nope.
Nervose says, stupid. Only a twinge of story in it. Some people didn't like it.
Boo. Boo.
There were some people who said they missed season 2. Even though it's only the first episode.
People love nostalgia, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot changed, so that could shock somebody that was a big fan of the previous season.
That's what I figured. There was a lot of change. I think it's for the better, but I can see why you wouldn't like it.
Change is good. Embrace it. Dr. Dro says...
This is the last comment. It's a hidden one. Oh, what's going to say?
Where they reveal... This isn't how you use soap. I wonder if that was a comment on eating it.
In retrospect, definitely. But I didn't notice the soap, so I just thought it was funny. Okay. Themes and metaphors. What are we thinking? Where's your thought lie?
I don't really see any metaphor in it. Don't trust strangers when they ask for stuff. I don't really think that's what they were going for, though.
What can happen if you lend too much?
Or maybe people that ask for too much from you.
Mm.
Yeah, true. They'll take and take and take until they can't take anymore.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. You're on the ball today.
I think that was a team effort. We went back and forth on that one.
If anything, I'd say you're going over the wall.
Nice, good one.
Thank you. So I think we have that nailed. What is your personal score?
So my usual criteria are
Monster?
plotline. Is it satisfying?
Yeah.
2, and this is the biggest one. Do I get to see them monsters?
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is originality.
Yeah.
So plotline was only okay. Like, I kind of agree with the comment. Not that much happened. But it was slightly unique, like the asking for more and more stuff. Pretty creepy. And we did get to see the monsters. So I'm going to go with an 8 on this one.
I do feel like the story was a little weak, but I think it really helped to build up the creepiness factor. I enjoyed the monster, but overall, I feel like 7.
I think I was pushed slightly higher by the slight increase in production value also. So maybe later, once I've seen other episodes, I'll move this one lower. We'll see.
Who knows? We'll find out, right? And that means it's number 1 at 15.
Nice.
It's a pretty solid score, to be honest. I think last season only went a little higher.
We liked the first episode last season quite a bit.
Yeah.
I still like that episode, actually, thinking back to it. It's one of the better ones.
Yeah. The puppet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah. They came out the gate hot.
Yeah. I can't say this one came out of the gate hot, but it wasn't cold for sure. Like hot water coming out of a tap.
Hot bath water.
Yeah. Where'd you get that idea? Yeah. Like, nothing really talked about its placement yet. It's just number 1.
Yep. It's the one episode we've seen.
So, the next episode is called Tunnel. Any guesses what it could be?
My guess is a creepy train tunnel episode. That seems to be a classic trope.
I like that. I'm afraid there's no trains involved.
Dang.
And thank you all for being you, and thank you for joining me, Ghosty.
Thanks. See you in the next episode.
Tunnel.